Hi, and welcome to episode 3.
Episode 3.
Roll now of Scrap Talk. We are so glad you've joined us today. I'm Ross Litz.
Kip Brown.
Kip Brown. We're with Morristown Iron and Metal in Morristown, Tennessee. And today's topic is really for us to open up and share with you who we are at Morristown Iron and Metal and what we do, some of our benefits to the community, and a little bit of our history. Thanks for joining us today, and let's just jump right into it, Kip.
It's no longer a junkyard anymore. It's way bigger than that. If you're not moving forward in this industry, you're moving backwards. We've grown a lot, and it's a story. The story of how it all came to be is an interesting story, you know?
It is. I'm a second generation owner. My dad started the company. And actually, he worked for a guy that it was called LML back then. And he was just an employee. And basically, that man got sick and passed away, and he bought his part, and we started in 1974. Been here a long time in Morristown. Our industry has changed so much with technology, with the internet boom back in the 90s to early 2000s. The old way of scrap yards was just, it was a junkyard. There was junk sitting around everywhere.
Yeah.
And people would rummage through them and buy parts or just bring it out here, and they call it the crusher.
Yeah.
But my dad put one of the first shredders in here at our yard in 1988, and that was probably one of the first. It might have been the second shredder.
That's what separated this from a junkyard.
Correct.
Process.
When he put the shredder in 1988, it really brought us to another level compared to other scrap yards that just buy material. Now we're buying from those dealers.
Yes.
So in our area, we buy from a lot of dealers that don't have a shredder to process that scrap. So we buy truckloads of stuff from them every day.
Multiple truckloads of stuff every day.
The evolution of the scrap metal recycling business would become a recycling facility more than a junk facility.
Yeah. People have in mind the junkyard dog running up to the fence. It's not that anymore.
It's not, and it's no longer looked at. It used to be communities couldn't stand junkyards, right? They just couldn't stand it because it was an eyesore and a this and a that. But now people are starting to realize the benefits that recycling.
A big difference as far as what it would look like to what it looks like out there just in the world.
Exactly, and the value that we bring to our community, and most scrap yards do, through not only the economic benefit, we pump in hundreds of thousands of dollars every month to the local economy here in Morristown.
Yes.
And
we write a lot of checks.
We write a ton of checks. So there's a huge economic benefit to having us here. There's an environmental benefit of having us here because guess what? A lot of the stuff we buy on a daily basis would end up at the landfill.
Yes.
It's really a good thing that we're here.
It's a necessary thing.
It is. We think so. And we hope you do too, right? But yes, to your point, we have evolved from the days of old of junkyards and into recycling facilities. And what does that mean? Our goal is everything we buy, ultimately, there is trash in some things, like your car. Ultimately, we want 1 to 2% left, okay? We try to extract 98% of the metal out of everything we buy before it goes to the landfill.
Yeah, the eddy current system is pretty amazing piece of equipment that it does.
In a car, we're sorting every piece of metal, whether it's your harness wire in the car to your buckles of your seat belts. We are trying to extract every piece of metal that we can find. I tell a lot of times our employees, it's like we're mining for gold, right? But we're just mining for steel or aluminum or brass. We're trying to, and always upgrading our systems based on the technology that's out there to get more and more of it out, become more and more efficient. It's amazing, but we've had a lot of visitors here through the years, from state legislators to community leaders to people that have lived here in Morristown their whole life and never come here. And when you take them on a tour and you show them what we do, they're like, I never dreamed that you guys do this. And it's a fascinating process. It really is.
It is a fascinating process just to think that machine can separate this piece of metal from that piece of metal. That's a lot of technology there.
It is. There's a lot of technology, and it's ever changing. Just like most industries today, we're a technology-based world. Here we are on a podcast, doing a podcast from a scrapyard. By the way, in the future episodes, we're going to make this where we're going to have some interesting videos out on the yard to help educate you better on what we're doing and how we do it. But we're just hitting the high points. This is our 3rd episode, so thank you again for joining us today. So back to the whole thing of what we do and why we do it and our company history. I took over the company in 2010, had a prior career not in scrap. I did not necessarily visit the scrapyard all my early days, but I was very keen into business and I love this industry. It's been such a blessing for me to understand it and to really and truly help people through the power of recycling. That's our slogan. So how do we help people through what we do? Yes, we have to be profitable. Everybody says, y'all make so much money or whatever they say, but ultimately we're here to help people, whether it's helping organizations in the community, helping local churches, helping schools, helping customers that show up on a daily basis. We're helping you, hopefully educate you about recycling.
And
that's what we do.
A viable option to the landfill as far as metal goes.
We want you to understand what we do, and when you visit here, yes, we have some safety and regulations that we have to. It is a dangerous industry that we're in, and it's not the days of old where people can wander around. And it's just too dangerous. We have too much heavy equipment.
Yeah, so we're not a pull apart.
Get your tools out and start getting stuff off cars. We don't sell parts here, so we don't allow that. So that's from a company standpoint. What we do from a community standpoint, we try our best to really reach out to our community in any way, shape, or form that we can do that. Whether it's through the school systems of sponsoring teams, basketball teams, baseball teams, whether it's going to
more than you can
charitable organizations to Kip mentioned this earlier about the first responders.
Yeah, they come out here and we provide a real world type environment for them to practice on the extraction of people out of cars. God forbid when that happens, it does.
They do all their training, all the local, really surrounding counties, including the city of Morristown,
and that
comes here several times a year to train.
And we're happy to be whatever little small part we have in that. We're happy to do it and happy to give those guys a safe place to get it worked out and
that's right.
The best efficient way of getting it done.
Community involvement is a big deal. It is a big deal because we want our community to know that, to believe that we're a blessing to them. We want them to come here on a regular basis. We want to support our community, however that means. And that's our mission, to help people through the power of recycling, right?
And our community supports us when they bring in the scrap.
Every day. So our goal is to get more and more people involved in recycling. We thank y'all for joining us today. I hope you learned something. I hope that you will continue to recycle. Bring your scrap to us. You can download our app on both Android and Apple platforms. You can visit our shows on Spotify and Apple on a weekly basis.
Shorts on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Hit like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.
See you next week. Thank you.